Well, my father was Fred Korematsu.
I'm Don Tamaki. I'm a partner in Minami Tamaki. I've known Dale for 40 years and maybe longer.
My name is Minette Kwok. I'm a partner at Minami Tamaki, LLP. I've been a partner there for over 20 years.
I met Dale Minami in my parents' home when taking on, after he had decided that they were going to take on the role of Quorum Novus case for my father. My father turned to Peter Irons and said, are you sure that these kids know what they're doing? They look like high school kids. And Peter said, yes, Fred, they're the best.
He served as lead counsel in reopening these landmark cases that during World War II had validated the incarceration of Americans of Japanese ancestry for no good reason, simply because they happened to look like the enemy.
On November 10th, 1983, in Judge Marilyn Hall Patel's court, Federal District Court of Northern California, she overturned or vacated my father's federal conviction in Korematsu versus the United States. The weight of and the burden of his case lifted off his shoulders, but also the Japanese American community, because they had carried this shame with them all those years, like that they were the enemy, looked on with disgrace. And it was truly amazing to see the shame lifted from them, as well as my own father.
The Quorum Novus represents is the fact that it should never have happened. There was no basis for it, just as there's no basis for a wall today. It just continues to resonate as a basis for dividing the country. And so the message that Dale continues to put forth is so critically important to changing the narrative and rewriting the dialogue.
He brought, as I said, Chan versus Scott, which was the first lawsuit brought by Asian Americans in terms of preserving civil liberties on arrests and racial profiling. He brought the first Asian American employment discrimination case, class action, ever done in the country. And before, Asian Americans basically kind of took it. They sucked it up. They didn't complain. They didn't have any legal recourse.
Dale's defining impact, the vast impact he's had on reshaping the legal profession and literally changing the demographics, changing the face of it.
One of the things that I'd really like to stress is the spectacular impact he's had on the appointment of Asian American judges in California. Again, we sometimes kid him about his godfather-like role, but throughout his legal career, Dale has been consistent in the outsized job of identifying and assuring the appointment of Asian American judges. I think in 1976, when we were kind of starting out, there were 14 Asian American judges, approximately, and today there are, I think, about more than 130.
He knows how to organize people and to organize these issues so that we have greater impact, especially in the API community.
Looking back in history, he's going to be viewed as a pivotal actor during this time period.